Well, it's true to say that cars, the F1 cars, have changed quite a bit over the years. They've gone from being longer to shorter to being lighter to being heavier. And it certainly seems as though one Red Bull employee isn't entirely happy with the way F1 cars are currently going. Now, Adrian Newey has said that he is a little bit disappointed with the way the situation has gone for the F1 cars. He said, "I think it's a bit of a shame that Formula One has gone down this path, especially right now, because there is a need and an opportunity to do the exact opposite." This is what he says. He goes on to say, "It is clear that this wrong direction is the same one that the general car industry has taken recently. Bigger and heavier cars and people's obsession with running on batteries or petrol. The biggest problem is the amount of energy needed to move the damn thing, regardless of where that energy comes from. It seems Formula One's technical regulations don't understand that, because the big car manufacturers obviously don't want that." And I guess it's true in some ways. The cars are heavier, and he's criticised the fact that because they are so heavy, they're also less aerodynamic, and also, as you said in that piece there, harder to move, harder to get going, harder to stop. And I guess that also means harder, more wear and tear on the components such as the brakes, the tyres, and everything else to try and move this heavier object and then stop the heavier object as well. So I can understand what he's saying, that cars obviously are now, and F1 in particular is starting to aim for less reliance on fossil fuels and become more sustainable as a sport and things like that. But is that going to cause a difference in the way that the cars are being created? So if they're going to get heavier, then that could cause more problems down the line. I guess it's difficult for him to to say exactly what the situation is going to be in the future, but it's interesting that he believes that the cars are now too heavy, too big to be any kind of use. And I think that it's probably a good idea. You probably want to make them lighter so that they're faster, so that you can have more more exciting races and you have more chances to overtake, because at the moment trying to overtake in a car that heavy must be a little bit of a difficulty. But anyway, that's the way it goes, and I hope to have your comments on this. Do you think that he's right? Do you think the cars now are too heavy, too cumbersome, and that they're just not going to be able to sustain a decent race? Or do you think that actually the way the cars are currently going is actually a good thing? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below, as always.